Objective geology, multiple choice questions with answers. This is the question paper of Assistant Conservator Forest Geology Exam question paper 2014, and this is welcome to set 1. So this question paper, solved question paper, this is useful for various competitive exams like CSIR NET, GATE, GSI, civil services exams and other exams. Welcome to first set. Coming to the first question, the age of the solar system is judged to be, choices are A, 3 to 3.5 billion years, B, 2 to 3 billion years, C, 4.5 to 5 billion years, D, 5 to 5.5 billion years. The age of the solar system is about 4.5 to 5 billion years. Our solar system, it is formed about 4.5 billion years ago from a dense cloud of interstellar gas and dust. The cloud collapsed, and possibly due to the shockwave of a nearby exploding star called a supernova. When this dust cloud collapsed, it formed a solar nebula. So coming to the second question. The continental crust is A, 76 to 93 kilometers thickness, B, 32 to 56 kilometers thickness, C, 12 to 29 kilometers thickness, and D, 108 to 120 kilometers thickness. So the continental crust is about 32 to 56 kilometers thickness. This continental crust is considerably thicker than the oceanic crust, so this, which has an average thickness of about 7 to 10 kilometers. The oceanic crust is little bit thinner, and it is about 7 to 13 kilometers, and approximately 41% of the Earth's surface area and about 70% of the volume of the Earth's crust are continental crust. So the thickness of the continental crust is around 32 to 56 kilometers. Next question. Alluvial fans normally occur A, near the mountain front, B, near river banks, C, in river meanders, and D, along the shoreline. Alluvial fans normally occur near the mountain front. Why do alluvial fans occur, or they form in front of the mountains? Because a decrease in the gradient, it causes an abrupt reduction in the stream power at the mountain front, so which promotes the deposition and the buildup of a radial fan or cone of a sediment. So alluvial fans normally occur near the mountain front. A is the correct answer. Next question. Hot springs are, choices are A, periodic discharge of hot groundwater, B, more or less continuous discharge of hot groundwater, C, surface water body with high temperature, and D, reservoir confined above and below less permeable rocks. So hot springs are more or less continuous discharge of hot groundwater. So these are naturally occurring spring of water, so that is warmed by heat, so within the earth. And most hot springs, they form when rain or groundwater it seeps below the earth's surface through the cracks and faults, and the water is then heated by earth's geothermal energy, which moves to the earth's surface. B is the correct answer. Next question. Soil profile is a vertical cross section through A, zones, B, horizons, C, blocks, and D, layers. So soil profile is a vertical cross section through horizons. Next question. Chelation encourages A, chemical weathering, B, physical weathering, C, biological weathering, D, desilication. Chelation encourages chemical weathering. So the chemical removal of metallic ions from a mineral or rock by weathering, which can provide their combination with organic compound. So chelation encourages chemical weathering. Next question. Lewis is a wind deposit formed of silt, B, wind deposit composing of gravel, C, river deposit composed of sand, and D, river deposit composed of gravel. Lewis is a wind deposit formed of silt. Lewis, it is a periglacial or aeolian sediment, which is defined as an accumulation of 20% or less percent of clay with a balance of roughly equal parts of sand and silt. So Lewis is A is the correct answer. Wind deposit formed of silt. Next question. Salt weathering is also called as A, thermoclasty, B, slaking, C, dissolution, and D, haloclasty. Salt weathering is also called as a haloclasty. This is also called as a salt weathering. It is a type of a physical weathering which is caused by growth and thermal expansion of salt crystals. And the process of this is first started when saline water seeps into cracks and evaporates, depositing salt crystals. So salt weathering is also called as a haloclasty. D is the correct answer. Next question. Levees are formed due to A. Deposition near the banks of the river, B. Deposition near the foothills, C. Deposition near the beach, and D. Deposition along the estuaries. Levees are formed due to A is the correct answer, like deposition near the banks of a river. The banks from the levees, they are made up of a sediment, silt and other materials. They are pushed aside by the flowing water, and these are formed due to deposition near the banks of the river. A is the correct option. Next question. Inner part of the core is A. Vacuum, B. Solid, B. Liquid, C. Solid, and D. Water vapor. Inner part of the core is obviously solid. It consists of iron and nickel alloy. So inner part of the core is C. Solid. Next question. Oxidation weathering chiefly affects A. Minerals containing carbon, B. Minerals containing calcium carbonate, C. Minerals containing organic content, D. Minerals containing iron. Oxidation weathering it chiefly affects minerals containing iron. D is the correct. Next question. Chestnut soils are developed under A. Tall grass prairie vegetation, B. Short grass vegetation, C. Coniferous forest, and D. Tropical rainforests. So chestnut soils are developed under short grass vegetation. So B is the correct option. Next question. Spheroidal weathering is more intense on A. Upper layers of basement rock, B. Igneous rocks, C. Inner part of the rock formation, and D. Edges and corners. Spheroidal weathering is more intense on edges and the corners. Spheroidal weathering, it is a result of the chemical weathering of systematically jointed and also massive rocks, which includes granite, dolerite, basalt, and sedimentary rocks such as silicified sandstone also. It occurs as the result of the chemical action or chemical alteration of these rocks along the intersecting joints, and the alteration by weathering of the bedrock will be the greatest along the corners of each block, which is followed by the edges and finally the faces of the cube. So that's why spheroidal weathering is more intense on edges and corners. D is the correct answer. Next question. Mineral stability is also called as A. Weathering series, B. Crystallography, C. Chelation, and D. Mobility series. Mineral stability series stability is also called as a weathering series. So it was mineral stability, it was proposed by Goldish, and so this is also called as a weathering series. Next question. Which of the following sequence is true for the Kadapa supergroup? A. Krishna, Nallamalai, Cheyyar, Papagni. B. Krishna, Nallamalai, Papagni, Cheyyar. C. Nallamalai, Krishna, Cheyyar, Papagni. And D. Nallamalai, Krishna, Papagni, Cheyyar. So the correct answer is A. Krishna, Nallamalai, Cheyyar, Papagni. So this is the correct sequence of the Kadapa supergroup. A is the correct option. Next question. Magnetic reversals are useful in giving relative and absolute dates to events in A. Mountain formation, B. Shoreline chain, C. Paleo channels, D. Ocean basins. Magnetic reversals are useful in giving relative and absolute dates to events in ocean basins. So D is the correct option. Next question. Puzzle of determining the age of the earth is unlocked by A. Tree rings, B. Sedimentary rocks, C. Meteorites, and D. Radioactivity. So the correct option is radioactivity. So the puzzle that means radiometric dating, it is like a super sleuth detective that helps the scientists to figure out how old the rocks, fossils, and artifacts and like that. So puzzle for determining the age of the rock is unlocked by radioactivity. Next question. Frost action will normally takes place in A. Cold environments, B. Desert environments, C. Sea floor, and D. Mid-ocean ridges. Frost action will normally takes place in cold environments. So frost weathering, it is a collective term for several mechanical weathering processes induced by stresses created by freezing of water into ice. So generally this will normally takes place in cold environments. Next question. Hanging valley is higher than A. Mainstream, B. Mountain, C. Reservoir, and D. Backwater. Hanging valley is higher than mainstream. A former tributary glacier valley that is incised into the upper part of a U-shaped glacier valley, which is higher than the floor of the main valley. So hanging valley is higher than the mainstream. A is the correct option. Next question. Hydrofracturing process comes under A. Chemical weathering, B. Physical or mechanical weathering, C. Biological weathering, and D. All of the above. So the correct option is physical or mechanical weathering. Hydraulic fracturing, this is commonly known as a fracking. It is the process of injecting water, sand or chemicals into a well to break up underground bedrock to free up oil or gas reserves. So hydrofracturing process, it comes under physical or mechanical weathering. Hope you have learned something from this question paper, and hope you can subscribe to this channel if you need more questions like this, and see you in the next video.